Hey guys, Gypsy Wolf. Hope everybody's doing awesome. Please do not mind my pajamas right now. I had procedure done yesterday and I have to stay warm and cozy and comfortable. And it's first thing in the morning for me, so I'm still basically in my pajamas. So I hope you don't mind, because I sure as heck don't. I don't think you're the type of witch that has to look super pretty for every spell that you do. You do what you gotta do, right? Okay. So, I'm really excited to bring you this video. I'm going to teach you how to do a type of love binding spell. Now, let me explain to you what this is used for and what it is not used for, okay? This should be done, in my personal opinion, if you are in a committed relationship twice a year. So it's good to do at the end of the year or any time up until then through the end of February. February is the month of love, right? Okay. So this is a good time to get this spell done. A committed relationship, if you don't know what that is, let me explain, because it seems like some of you just don't get it. It means you've had a discussion where you are exclusive. You're either married, you live together, and are on the road to marriage, or you've just been together for a long time and you know that you guys are your one and only. And you want to make sure that that bond sticks, okay? What it is not for. If you have a crush on someone that you're not with, no. If, you know, maybe you have a fling with someone and you're hoping to draw them in, no. If you're dating someone but you're not committed, no. If you do this spell and you're not in a committed relationship, it will backfire and bite you in the ass so hard, okay? I can tell you that there are plenty of videos out there in YouTube land that can show you how to do that, but this is just not one of them, okay? All right. So, like I said, this is to strengthen the relationship you already have and keep that person you. If you want to make sure that they stay with you and they don't wander and cheat and things like that. Because sometimes, you know, you might just want to make sure that things are solid. I get it. This is not something I would normally do, but hey, I don't judge people for their magic. Okay. So let's get into what you're going to need for this spell to keep your lover faithful and with you. You will need a pink, yes, pink, tea light candle. The main thing you'll need are 2 dried chilies. Chilies is for spice and passion, okay? And pink is for the other aspects of love, like heart and soul as well. We use, like, so many people associate red with love. No, 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 no. Red is only for lust, okay? And that's great, but if that's all you've got in a relationship, then that's not very healthy. So we want to encompass all of the aspects, okay? Now, these are the large, like, you want to get probably bigger dry chilies than this, because these are kind of small. You could take some jalapenos and dry them out. That would be my personal opinion. I just didn't have time. I'm doing this for a friend. I don't work for people, but I do help friends, okay? Next, you will need 2 name papers, okay? So either in white paper or brown paper bag, no machine cut edges, and a size that when you roll it up, it will fit in your chilies, okay? Pink thread, ribbon, or yarn. I have yarn here. A pink and a purple pen or marker. If you don't have these 2 colors, you can use blue and red, and I explain that later, but please, like, you can go to the dollar store and get several different color pens in a pack, okay? It's worth it. Then you will need some type of love oil, okay? I ran out of my love oil. I actually do have a binding love oil, but it's permeating right now, so I couldn't use it. So I'm going to give you a few options. There are so many. This one's really good for this type of spell. It's a Commit to Me oil. I don't know if you can see that. By Conjure Cardia. If I don't use my own oils, I use hers. Or there's this really popular essential oil brand, Acacia, which you can find in a lot of different stores. And this one's called Love Potion. I thought that would be a good one for this. Or you can just use rose, whether it's store-bought, or you can make rose oil on your own. Very, very simply. You can look it up on YouTube, okay? You will need good old sugar. It does not matter what kind of sugar. Any kind of sugar, just sugar, okay? Now, this is completely optional. I'm using some of my love powder, which I do have a video on how to make. So, if you want your spell to have that extra oomph, this is an easy powder to make. Go ahead, check out that video and make it, because it will, like, I always say, magic will go as far as you can take it, okay? As far as you choose to take it. If you're a lazy witch, your results aren't going to be that great. But if you take that extra time, because your spells begin the second you make your oils and your powders and things like that. Your energy starts going into it. So if you do all of that, it just increases your chances of this working. And working exactly the way you want. Then you will need an applicable incense. So you can use lotus, rose, lilac, lavender, whatever reminds you of love. Now, if your partner has an incense that when you lit it and you had like a really good night together, really hot night or day, whatever, together, and you know that incense is something that really gets them going, use that. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm using musk because my friend's partner gets that way with musk. Okay. Then the last few things you're gonna need. You'll need a box. And it can be any kind. And this is just because we're going to be putting this charm under your bed or under the mattress. And, you know, a lot of us have pets, things like that. And it can get crushed easily. So we want to make sure that doesn't happen. You can use like a jewelry box, you know, something that a piece of jewelry came in. Any type of little box you've got. And right now, because all the dollar stores have these, you know, Valentine's Day boxes out, I chose to use this guy. And then some red rose petals. I have a couple left in this bag. I have plenty more, but we're going to be putting our charm on top of that in the box. Because, you know, you've heard the term sitting on a bed of roses, right? Now, I do have my rose quartz here and my regular quartz here just because I like that energy. Oh, and you'll need something to light your candle and incense with. So we are going to light the incense and candle first, okay? Because we're going to need the wax from the candle. So we want to light that ahead of time. Make sure that you cleanse all of your materials first with sage, Palo Santo, holy oil, blessed water, or not holy oil, holy water, or Florida water, whatever you like. All right. So let's get going. Oh, and the very last thing, you will need something of your partner's that has their DNA or is their DNA, like their hair, nail clippings, sexual fluids, blood. Get creative, guys. If you're in a really committed relationship, you should be able to get this. a cigarette, like you can use a cigarette butt, or and they drank from a bottle of water. You know, if you have a big enough chili, you can just cut the mouthpiece off and put that in there. Okay, so we're going to set our chilies aside, and we're going to start with our name papers. So the first one, we're going to write our target's name down, okay, in pink. So we're going to say John Doe, but if you know, use the middle name as well. So we'll say John Vincent Doe, and then the birth date. So I'm just going to say 10/10/2010. Okay? So I've got that there. Now, because we want a little bit of the upper hand, right? We're going to take our purple pen or marker, whatever you have, and write our name and birthday directly on top of their name and birthday. So, Jane Rose Smith. I'll say 12/12/2012. All right, it'll look like that. It's directly on top of it. We set that aside. Take your other name paper, and you're only going to write your name and date of birth on the next one. So, Jane. We're going to say Jane is the one that we spell. Rose Smith, 12/12/2012. All right. So we have both of our name papers done. Now, you don't want to put a commit to me oil or something like that on your paper. No, 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 no. You want to put it on his. So, I'm not going to use any on here. I'm just going to pretend. So, let's pretend that on the piece of paper that originally had his name, and then you wrote your name over top, you're going to put a dot on there of the commit to me oil or rose oil or whatever love oil you have. Does not matter. And you'll rub it on there. And then you're going to roll this piece of paper towards you, speaking your intentions. So, John Doe, you only love me. You only have eyes for me. You'll never cheat on me. You will always want to be with me. Our love will be kind and sweet and passionate. Whatever you want to say, make it your own. Right? Put it in this tiny little packet. Okay? Now, if you're using something very small of theirs, that's your piece of DNA, you can put that in the center of the paper and then roll it, okay? But like I said, you're going to roll it towards you as you're bringing this person towards you. And then with your own, you just roll it towards you and you're going to say the same things. You know, I love John Doe. He only wants me. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. So we'll have our two little packets there. Now, because I am doing this for someone, where are the real name pages? Here we go. So I'm going to use the real ones. Put them inside. This might be a little tricky, because my peppers here are so teeny tiny. I have dried ones that a good friend gave me, but I only got a few left. And I figured I could probably use these peppers. Yeah, Alright, I got it in there, and I've got their hair, their partner's hair in it. I'm going to wave that over the smoke of the incense. Alright, so that goes in one. Now, at this point, if you do not put their DNA in it, you put it in now, okay? And then you put your name paper in the other one. I'm just using a little toothpick to kind of try and stuff it in there. Now, I did this before I went on camera. I just, with my finger, snipped off the tops of these peppers, these chilies, and poured out all the seeds. Yeah, this is not gonna go very far down. You gotta be careful. You don't want this to completely split. So it's small, it's gonna be tough. I'm doing my best here. All right, now here comes the hard part. I haven't done this with such small chilies before, but I'm gonna give it a go. We're going to pour our sugar inside the chilies and say words such as, John Doe, you'll be sweet to me, sweet as the sugar. You will think sweet things of me, sweet as the sugar. Just fit as much sugar as you can in there, but don't fill it to the brim. Get close, but not too close. You know, you don't want it to spill out. All right, just give me 1 second because I do have to use my friends' names here. So you will bless and empower these. I bless and empower this chili pepper and name paper to bring born on to be sweet and only want born on. Let them be together, and together forever they shall stay. Amen. All right. So that's one. I'm hoping you can see this. There we go. And again, I'm going to bless and empower this one. I bless and empower this chili and name paper to bring born on and born on close and sweet together. Let them stay together forever, or as long as says so. If she wants this spell to break, let it be so. Amen. Now, I left a little bit of room to just put tiniest bit of my love powder in there. You don't need a lot, and it's totally optional. If you don't have it, you don't have it. If you want to add a little cinnamon instead, that's totally fine. Oh, it's not going to fit in there. So I'm probably going to be making a mess. I can be a messy witch. That's why I put this down. There we go. It's like all the glitter, but everything else went in there. Okay. Put a little bit in the other one. Now, if you choose, you can put a drop of whatever love oil you're using in there as well. That's completely optional. I don't feel it's necessary. All right, so I'm gonna bless and empower these quickly. I hope there's enough wax here at this point. bless and empower these chilies, name papers, sugar, and love powder to make Born On and Born On close together. Let them forever be in love as long as Born On says so. Let this spell break if she so chooses. Amen. Alright, so now we want to seal these shut with our wax. So that's why I'm using a tea light. You can use a slightly bigger candle if you want. Be careful. I was not there for a moment, so I just burnt my hand. Oh, but I'm used to it. I'm a gangster at this point. No, not really. But you want to seal it the best you can. It's not the easiest thing in the world, trust me. And I'm hoping you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to show you here in a sec. Let me blow on it. As I seal this chili, I seal their fate. So I actually needs a little more here. Ooh, hotsy. But I'm so used to getting this stuff all over my hands. Alright, press it together. As I seal this chili, I seal their fate. And then you might want to wave it over the incense yet again. And kind of pinch it together with your fingers, as I'm doing here, to kind of close it up. I don't know if you can see that there. Now you might want to wear gloves if, you know, the hot wax is going to be a lot on, you know, for you. I'm just so used to it. Or you could just be more careful than I am. But you know how it is. Alright, let me do the other one. As I seal this chili, I seal their fate in love. Again, I'm pinching this together because I kind of poured it inside, and then I pinch it together. And then, you know, hold it for a good minute while the wax solidifies. So tell me, guys, what did you do for the holidays? I want to hear. Did you celebrate Yule or just Christmas or both? I did both. So I grew up, you know, in a household where we celebrated Christmas, but I also did some fun things for Yule. Did some cooking, made some witchy Christmas tree ornaments. It was fun. Made some cookies. Who doesn't like cookies? Alright, put a little more. This does take a little while. I'm sorry if it's taking too long for you guys. I know patience is not a virtue many of us have anymore. Just gonna wave it over the incense smoke as I finish up. Oh, this incense is strong. Okay. So now we have both our chilies. And what are we gonna do? We wanna put the one with just our name on top of the one with just their name and make like an X. Like this, like so. You can see. Oh, this is probably gonna be hard because it's slippery now. the wax on it. Give me a second. Get a sip of water here, guys. Okay, all that smoke is kind of getting to me. So I'm slightly asthmatic, so. Oh, you know what I did not grab? My scissors. That's okay. I will figure something out. Now we're going to want to wrap these together. This is going to be a little tricky here, because we want to wrap it towards us. And we're going to have to go in 2 different directions. Hopefully you can see. So I bind these 2 chilies together. I bind together, born on, and born on, together in love and harmony. And then you're going to want to kind of turn it, because we're going to want to try to keep this in an X. As I bind these chili peppers together, I bind together, born on, and born on, in love and harmony. And like I said, you want to bind this towards you. Okay. It's not the prettiest thing in the world. This is what it's going to look like, if you can see. Now, I'm going to tie this and show you a little bit better. Give me 1 second. We are going to say a little chant with our knots. By knot of 1, the spell has begun. By knot of 2, I bind you. By knot of 3, you shall never leave thee. We're going to wave that through the incense smoke. 1 more time. And then I'm probably going to put this incense out. It's really getting to me here. And since I don't have my scissors, there we go. So, nothing pretty, but that's what it looks like. See? All right, now, real quick, let me just put this out, because we're done with it anyway. Okay. Ooh, I made a mess today. Now we're going to take our box. And like I said, it doesn't have to be this kind of box. Any type of box you have will do. But if you happen to be at the dollar store or a craft store and you see these for, you know, a reasonable price or one that really speaks to you, grab it and use it for something like this. I mean, I just stock up on Valentine's Day stuff when it comes out, so I have it for love spells. But I stock up when it's at Halloween time, obviously. So we're going to take our red rose petals. Now, if you don't have any, just go to the store, get yourself a bouquet of red roses, enjoy them, and then let them dry. And then you'll put them in the bottom of the box. I bless these rose petals to bring together born on and born on together in love and harmony forever. let this spell never be broken. Unless it says so. Okay. So we have our rose petals in there. Place this on top. Like so. Close it. Now, what you do, your charm is complete. And you will put this under the bed that you guys sleep on the most. So, let's say you, don't have your, you don't live together. Let's say you spend more time at your apartment than his, or house than his. You would put it under your bed. Do not let your target or partner or whatever see this if you can avoid it. What I always would do is keep a couple shoes under the bed and kind of put them around it so you couldn't see. Or if you use a very small box, you can just put it under the mattress in the very middle, okay? And you leave it there until it's been 6 months and you redo the spell, okay? You replenish it. I just think it's a really good thing to do to keep your relationship solid. Keep it going. And that's that. I hope this video wasn't too long. I tried to walk you through it the best I could without taking forever and a day. I know it was long though. If you have any questions, please, please, please don't be afraid to leave them down below. Now, I will say quickly before you ask questions, you will need a pink candle. Yes, no other color, no substitutions. You will need some type of love oil, and you will need some type of love incense. You need it, okay? You don't have to use pink thread. You can use natural colored twine, but one or the other, no other substitutions. As for the colors of the pen or markers, what you can do is use blue for both names, and then you could use red when you're writing on top of your partner's name. No black, okay? We're not using black. Not with this spell. But I don't want to confuse you guys, so just try to get a pink and a purple pen, please, okay? Alright guys, again, please drop your comments and questions down below. Let me know what you did for this holiday, and also let me know what videos you want to see, because I'm trying to put some out again. I know I've been horrible with that the last several months, and I really want your opinion on what you want to see. And I take your advice on what you want to see very seriously. Okay, guys? So, I hope you enjoyed this spell. If you do it, let me know how it goes for you. And as always, blessed be.